Diaz is at it again, taking the mystery out of a practice that costs you money. Have you ever wondered why you always spend more than you plan to at the supermarket? Maybe it's not your fault. Maybe you are being manipulated by some very clever people. The sights, the smells, the sounds of the supermarket, they are all part of a grand design. The next time your grocery bill goes over the top, don't say we didn't warn you.
From the moment you enter the door, there are unseen forces at work in the modern-day supermarket, beginning with the mouth-watering aromas from the pizzeria, the roasting chickens, and the coffee bar, all lining the entranceway. They make it impossible to obey supermarket guru Phil Lempert's cardinal rule: never go grocery shopping hungry.
The pizza, the coffee, the freshness. I am ready to eat. And when I'm ready to eat, you know that I'm going to buy more things than I plan to.
Studies show that most of us don't like grocery shopping at all. Our objective is to get out of the store as fast as we can, spending as little money as possible. The supermarket, however, wants us to do just the opposite, to stay a while and spend more than we planned. And it usually goes the store's way because they know more about our behavior as shoppers than we do. And they've designed the store to take advantage of that.
From the sound of live musicians at Vic's World-Class Market in Michigan to the piped-in Muzak at Food Town in New York, mellow music is a key element in slowing down the shopper's pace, says supermarket consultant Professor Robert Rausch.
You come into a store, and of course we sort of disarm you with the music that we have. It puts you into a sort of a trance.
And researchers calculate how lighting relaxes us by measuring how many times per minute we blink our eyes.
That we cut down the number of times that you blink, maybe from 30 to 14, with the lighting that we have in the store.
Produce aisles, set up like a maze, also force you to spend more time in the store. Lempert, the author of this guide to smart shopping, spotted another trick of the trade known as integrated merchandising.
So if I had on my shopping list strawberries, here I got the strawberries. Guess what? Right next door, a fat-free angel food cake, so I can take.
So you buy it. 2/3 of our grocery purchases are impulse items.
How about a sample, sir?
Want to try some?
Sure. Beware. Take a taste, and you're likely to buy. For some products, experts say up to 90% of the people who try it buy it. And would you believe supermarkets increase the sales of soup by not alphabetizing the can?
Quick, what's your favorite soup?
Chicken noodle.
Okay, find it. Quick, go right to it.
Tomato, cheddar cheese,
and what you're finding in a section like this, because it's not alphabetized, we're going to look at more products than ever before. We might get impulsed by Fiesta nacho cheese while we're looking for that chicken noodle.
And Lempert says don't be fooled by featured displays.
The fact that it's here, the fact that it's a handwritten sign, insinuates that the product's on sale.
In fact, it's not on sale. And if a product is, it may be for a less than obvious reason.
Just check out this expiration date. This is just 2 days from now. We might find that the product was put here because they don't want it to spoil.
Speaking of expiration dates, don't just grab the first container of milk at the front of the case.
Arnold, what's your milk out there?
April 5th. What's in the back?
April 7th.
April 7th. Well, I gotta take all these down off the shelf?
I want you to get exactly the product that you want, the freshest possible.
The 7th. There you go. Well, it only took me to about 20 before I got the 7th. Okay. You want the 7th? You got it. You now have the fresh one.
It often pays to look. In this store, we found 4 different prices for the same basic cheddar cheese. It was almost $2 per pound more in the fancy cheese display and deli than in the dairy case. But don't look for bargains at eye level. That prime shelf space is where grocers often put the more expensive items.
So I'm looking at $3.69 and $3.99. If I'm smart, I'm going to take a second and look down here at $1.29 and 69.
Exactly.
And markets lure children and annoy parents by placing items like Cocoa Krispies, Gushers, and Goober Grape on the lower shelves.
So when my daughter is pulling up my pant leg saying, "Daddy, get me this," that's because this is what she's looking at.
Exactly.
And the fact that you often find the store brand immediately to the left of the popular national brand is no accident.
Most of us are used to reading a book, and we will go from right to left. So we'll put that item to the left.
And while you may not realize it, research shows just the color of a package sends us a subtle message.
For example, in the case of orange or red, it's the most prominent color. Also makes our heart actually palpitate. And also in the case of frozen foods, it means high taste, high quality. Then you get into the Stouffer's lean cuisine in a white package. Well, white makes us think thin, makes us think fresh. Budget gourmet, the dark blue says richness. It also says quality. And then we all want to be healthy. Green, color of forests and trees and grass. Well, that's why Healthy Choice and Snackwells have all their products in a dark green.
Even when you get to the checkout counter, the hidden forces are still at work, bombarding you with last-minute impulse items like candy and magazines. Finally, the tally of your purchases and our predictable shocked reaction, how could I have spent that much? You may be surprised, but the supermarket's not.
Clever. Arnold, I don't know if this relates to it, but I often can't find a familiar item in a familiar market.
Well,
They change it around.
You've spotted another trick of the trade. Twice a year on average, the average supermarket will move things around so that when you go to look for that familiar item, it's not there, but you have to look at other things that are there.
Do these tricks work? Do people buy stuff they don't want to buy?
Absolutely. The studies showed the average shopper buys twice as much as they planned.
Well, I can't blame the market if we're dumb enough to fall for that. It's really our fault. What could a shopper do to avoid impulse buying?
A supermarket's worst nightmare is a shopper with a list who knows the layout of the market and is in and out quickly.
Fascinating. Thank you, Arnold.
Okay.